attempted to have me unalived because of him making a pass at me. It wasn't the pass that frustrated me the most. What made me most frustrated was the fact that he tried to unalive me after it, when in reality, even though I was violated, I never thought that the next step would be my life being threatened because you got turned down. But it's that power complex of wanting what you want when you want it, feeling like you own the things that you pay.
JT is losing it after Stefon Diggs threw her and Lil Uzi right into the spotlight with claims that could flip their whole world upside down. But the real chaos? It kicked off when Cardi B dropped heat on her latest album. Not just shading JT, but sneak dissing Uzi too, making people question everything about him. And let's just say, JT wasn't about to let that slide. Once the shots were fired, social media exploded. JT jumped straight into the ring, gloves off. She went all the way in and dragged Stefon Diggs into the drama, accusing him of playing both sides and not being real about who he is. It got messy quick, but Stefon, he didn't hold back either. He clapped back hard, flipping the whole thing on its head. He came straight for Uzi, claiming he's been sneaking around and living a whole double life behind JT's back, saying Uzi's been getting close with someone that nobody saw coming. Now JT is out here going full savage on Stefon, tweeting, unfollowing, throwing subliminals, and popping off on every platform she can find. Fans are eating this up, but the truth? JT looks like she's on the edge. And Uzi? He's been way too quiet for someone caught in a firestorm like this. This ain't just petty shade anymore. This is a full-blown internet meltdown. Relationships, reputations, and receipts are all on the line. One wrong move, and this could end in a way none of them saw coming. You could definitely get dragged trying to step to the city girls. But JT? She's probably out here regretting every single word she threw at Cardi right now. Because the way social media is clowning her, it's brutal. She came for Cardi's relationship thinking she had some dirt, but what she didn't know is that Cardi and Stefon had receipts stacked on her love life. And let's be real, these details? Straight up jaw-dropping. It all started when Cardi threw some slick shade on her new album, and everybody could tell it was aimed right at JT. But before anyone says Cardi was just being petty or stirring the pot for no reason, we gotta remember, this beef didn't start overnight. Cardi and JT been throwing shots for a minute, and a lot of it traces back to that messy split between Cardi and Nicki. JT chose sides quick, rolling with Nicki, and since then, Cardi's had her number. A lot of people think JT keeps poking at Cardi just to stay in Nicki's good graces. And Cardi? Oh, she sees it clear as day. She even called JT Nicki's lapdog more than once. In fact, on her track magnet, Cardi didn't hold back at all. She dragged JT again, repeating that same go fetch line she once dropped on live.
Que hablabas con Lil Uzi en específico. Hay una persona que lo conoce a él, que me conoce a mí, que sabemos de ti. Y él me dijo que él tenía algún tipo de interés en ti, además de los besos que pasaron. ¿Tú no sientes que por tu comportamiento lo alejaste?
Y nada, en verdad ahí fue que yo le gusté más a él. Me dijo, wow, Lil Diamond. Pero yo hablo con él, por aquí se oye, Tom.
Llámame por WhatsApp.
Llámame por WhatsApp. Tú sabes, los tigres se meran. Si no te hablan en español, los tigres americanos no corren.
But that's not all. She even slid in a few new jabs, hinting at things that hadn't hit the public yet. Things about JT's own man. And the minute those bars dropped, the whole internet lit up. Man, when Cardi dropped those bars, she went in on Uzi like never before. In her track, she came swinging with lines that called Uzi shady, messy, and out of pocket from day one. She said things like, "You've been trash since birth," and hinted that even Uzi's mom wasn't feeling him like that. Then she really got bold, mocking his lack of major collabs despite all the big talk in his lyrics. She didn't hold back, saying his girl stays pressed, still chasing status and wearing designer just to flex for clout. Cardi even clowned JT directly, saying she barely just started learning how to dress and still can't keep up with the real fashion girls. Then she added that JT was tagging along with someone else's man, sharing bags and attention, but not even getting loyalty in return. It was straight up disrespectful. and you could feel the shots landing. But the real hit? It was the lines aimed at Uzi. That's what really sent JT off the edge. After hearing that, JT spun the whole thing around and decided to fire back, but not at Cardi directly. Nope, she aimed straight at Stefon Diggs, Cardi's new man. She accused Stefon of not being into women and hinted that he was involved with men behind the scenes. But let's be real, this wasn't just a random insult. JT was pulling receipts from last year when a celebrity stylist named Chris made some cryptic comments. That same time, a video leaked showing Chris in a tense moment inside an elevator with 3 guys. And ever since then, folks been speculating about what really went down. But the real twist? It came when online detectives started connecting the dots and realized that one of the men in that elevator video looked just like DS Diggs, Stefon Diggs' very own brother. That bombshell flipped everything upside down and instantly pulled Stefon deeper into the drama. Suddenly, it wasn't just about some messy lyrics or shady rumors. Now, folks were asking what kind of heat was really bubbling inside Stefon's own circle. Not long after, stylist Chris came back with serious claims. He said Stefon allegedly tried to pressure him, and when he didn't go along with it, he got confronted and cornered. Chris hinted that the whole elevator moment wasn't random. It was payback. Since then, Stefon's name has been wrapped up in rumors, online theories, and whispers about what's really going on behind closed doors. To make matters worse, these claims aren't happening in a vacuum. There have been multiple blind items floating around that seem to point right at Stefon. One in particular talked about a former A-list female rapper and her new boyfriend, saying both of them have been surrounded by quiet accusations about who they're truly attracted to. Another one described an A-list NFL player who's very aware of the chatter about him online. So much so that now he always makes sure to be seen with women around him, cameras flashing. Some people think it's all just a cover to silence the gossip. And then there was this one, a top NFL star, rumored to have gotten close to a married rap superstar while she was pregnant. And now, that same athlete is being linked to more speculation about his personal life, with fans wondering what's real and what's just smoke. So here's where things got even messier. Miss JT clapped back at Cardi with full force. But what really had people scratching their heads? The way she tried to use Stefon Diggs' personal rumors against Cardi as if that was her mic drop moment. Now, let's pause, because here's the wild part. JT is dating Lil Uzi, who's also been at the center of similar rumors for a while. So if anyone should understand how complicated things can get when the internet starts whispering about someone's identity, it's her. You'd think she'd avoid weaponizing that kind of stuff, right? But nope, JT went all in, throwing shade at Stefon and bringing up past claims made by Chris, the stylist. In a recent interview with Jaguar Wright, Chris claimed that Stefon tried to harm him after he rejected him. And that bombshell went viral fast. JT jumped right into the conversation and tweeted something like, "This is absolutely wild and sad. Men should feel safe and protected no matter how they identify." On the surface, that sounded like she was standing up for what's right. But then she flipped the script again. She dragged Cardi's relationship back into it, saying her man is part of that same circle, not because of how he acts or dresses, but because Chris said it directly.
I love you, baby. Y yo,
En inglés, no importa.
She even went as far as saying, "Justice for Chris, and I stand with the community." But fans weren't letting her slide with the double standards. Because let's be honest, a lot of folks know JT's been defending Uzi's style and self-expression for years. So why go so hard at Stefon for the same thing? It's giving pick and choose energy, and the internet is definitely calling her out on it. One minute she's defending Uzi's fashion and individuality. The next, she's using the same stuff to attack someone else. People been saying Uzi comes off a little zesty sometimes. And you already know the internet stays ready with old photos. So, of course, someone tried to clap back by dropping a picture of Uzi rocking a dress and holding a purse like it was some big gotcha moment. But JT, she stood tall behind her man and didn't flinch one bit. She said loud and clear, "Yes, my man dresses how he wants." He minds his business, works hard, takes care of his people, and inspires a whole generation. Y'all better focus, cause we're talking about Chris right now, not Uzi. She made it crystal clear. His style is what made him Lil Uzi, and she's proud of that. But just when JT thought she had the upper hand, Cardi came back swiping hard. And this time, she brought text receipts that hinted at real tension in JT and Uzi's relationship. In the messages, JT wrote something that had everyone raising their eyebrows. I don't want to come up there sick and moody, then you get mad and curse me out, and I end up putting hands on you. It's too much. Uzi tried to calm it down, replying, I want you here, that's why I invited you. But JT kept it distant. I gotta work. I'll come after Miami, if we still like each other. That one line, if we still like each other, had fans wondering if things between them were really falling apart. Uzi then hit her back with something real emotional. You think I've ever been through this? Be honest, I love this. But JT didn't let it end there. She called him out. You make me evil. I don't act like this. And then Uzi dropped a bomb. You mad at me? Yeah, but it's just 'cause you're pregnant. That's why you extra moody. Woo! That line had social media in shambles. And right after, Kay even reposted the messages with the caption, I want justice for them. Things really started spiraling when someone close to the situation dropped a voice note where a man claimed, ask him how he felt when he wanted to, see Brit in court and she didn't show. Or should I go ahead and play the audio? Then he threw in another jab saying, and don't let me start on what he said about Rock Nation. Just ungrateful. At first, folks thought that was gonna be the biggest bombshell. But nope, the real gag hadn't even hit yet. Next thing we knew, Stefon Diggs stepped into the ring swinging with a serious allegation. He claimed that Uzi was living a whole double life. According to Stefon, Uzi was secretly involved with a trans woman for years, and JT knew about it the entire time. The way Stefon told it, JT stuck around anyway because Uzi basically funds her lifestyle and career moves. Now, whether that's true or not, the way Stefon aired it out publicly, it was humiliating. JT probably wishes she had never taken the first shot, because now it's all blowing up in her face, and the receipts just keep popping up. And here's the kicker. These rumors about Uzi have been swirling for a minute. Even Suki Hana brought up similar claims last year when she and JT were beefing heavy. In one of her freestyles, Suki snapped with lines like, you ain't no scammer, you was boosting out of TJ Maxx. You say you look like a trophy, but your man only mess with you cause you look like one of his homies. And then she really went in with, I know who I am. Y'all be trippin' and doing too much just to be chosen. Fans were shook when those bars resurfaced after Stefon's comments. Some are saying it all connects. Others think everyone's just reaching for headlines. But either way, the heat is on, and JT is right in the middle of a media storm that keeps getting louder. Girl, you forgot where you came from! That's how Suki started snapping on JT, and then she let loose with one of her wildest lines yet. You just mad cause your man be wearing your thong, and every time he sees me, he wanna pull up and act crazy. That bar had people hollering, but behind all the chaos, there's been a pattern with JT that fans are finally starting to notice. For the longest time, JT has always gone out of her way to make it seem like her relationship with Uzi was rock solid, all perfect vibes, matching fits, and internet love. But behind closed doors, it's been messy. Multiple people have come forward accusing Uzi of stepping out on her, and more than once. But JT kept denying it over and over again. She even said publicly, as long as me and Uzi been official, it's been fiction, never facts when it comes to women. Y'all want him to be a cheater so bad, but he's not. She admitted once that she was mad at him, but for something petty, nothing serious. Still, things took a turn. It didn't take long before JT announced their breakup on social media, posting, watching someone change on you and pretend to be completely unaware of what they're doing. That's the worst feeling ever. But the best part about repeated betrayal is that it makes you stronger. She even posted a screenshot with a song lyric saying, I don't like men, I don't like beasts, I don't like nobody. Then came another twist. Rumors that JT was creeping on Uzi with none other than Slim Shady himself. Yes, Eminem. An anonymous source even spilled to a blind item page saying, "I have a friend who works with the City Girl team. She told me they went to dinner when JT was in North Carolina. Her and Uzi were already distant. He was acting off and emotional, so she got fed up and started linking up with Slim. He's allegedly been sending her money and keeping her company for months now." And as if that wasn't enough drama, last year, one of Uzi's rumored side pieces, known online as Manor Queen, aired out some personal tea that had fans shook. The rumors around Manor Queen, that she might be a trans woman. And though nothing has been confirmed, that alone sent social media into a frenzy. She even claimed that she and Uzi had a little something going on behind the scenes. And the streets say Uzi was doing the absolute most to keep that secret situation alive. According to one source, he even started trying to learn Spanish just to talk to her. Now here's the wild part. She didn't speak English, and he didn't speak Spanish. But that didn't stop him one bit. Word is he was using every app, every translator, everything he could just to keep those conversations going. That level of dedication, it had people straight up shook. Fans were like, if you're working harder to cheat than to fix your real relationship, what are we even doing here? She also claimed that when they were linking up, Uzi would get real bold, talking to her in Spanish during their private moments. People couldn't believe how far he was willing to go just to keep this low-key situation on life support. Now, according to Stefon, Manor Queen and Uzi have allegedly been involved for a while. And JT, she's just been looking the other way as long as Uzi still shows her off in public and doesn't claim Manor as his main. But at this point, the walls are closing in. JT might have thought she was shaking the table when she came for Cardi, but Cardi and Stefon flipped the whole table over. They didn't just clap back, they ripped the curtain off JT's whole relationship. Now it's not just rumors, it's receipts, side chicks, mystery links, and whispers about Uzi's hidden relationships all crashing down at once. JT's been trying to hold on to the perfect couple image for years, but every time she claps back, more dirt pops out. The internet's watching her lose grip in real time. And now the fans are asking the real question. Is JT standing by her man because of love? Or because she knows Uzi is her access to the life she doesn't want to give up? And just when you thought things couldn't get any messier, the word in the streets is that Stefon's still holding on to more receipts. And if he decides to drop those, JT's entire world might come crashing down even harder. Ooh, this saga is nowhere near done, and it might just be the beginning of a whole new storm. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned to see what's on our radar next.